who does it benefit when they tell perfectly curated lies to get people really upset, to get the public very upset?
Is dumb. And I mean really dumb. She has told on herself so many times, and people digging up old videos.
The Met Gala is fashion's most exclusive night, an annual event where the world's biggest celebrities and designers gather under the watchful eye of Anna Wintour. It is a place where status is silently measured, reputations are made, and every invitation matters. For years, Blake Lively has been one of the gala's shining stars, a true Met Gala mainstay. She has consistently turned heads with her extravagant looks, bold fashion choices, and undeniable charm. Her appearances were often among the most anticipated of the night. But this year, something feels different. Whispers are spreading through fashion and celebrity circles alike. According to growing rumors, Blake Lively hasn't just been overlooked or quietly uninvited. She has allegedly been blacklisted by Anna Wintour herself. It's the kind of speculation that doesn't emerge without reason. Anna Wintour is known for her iron grip on the fashion industry, and she doesn't make decisions lightly. If these rumors are true, it suggests that Blake may have crossed an unspoken line, one serious enough to turn her from fashion's darling into a complete outcast.
And so this is a terrible look for Blake and Ryan Reynolds, but these two seem to be very intent on making every wrong move, in my opinion. Like, they truly believe they are too rich and too connected to have to face any responsibility for their lives. Baldoni case, they just sort of take out, smear, and destroy the reputations of people that they don't like, or people perhaps that their clients don't like. But the question is, who do they do that on behalf?
And all signs seem to point to one name, Justin Baldoni. At first, the idea sounded almost ridiculous. What could Justin Baldoni, an actor and filmmaker, possibly have to do with Blake Lively's alleged fall from grace? But as more details began to surface, the pieces slowly started falling into place. Sources close to the situation claim that Blake and Justin experienced a major falling out behind the scenes, one that remained largely hidden until now. According to insiders, their dispute went far beyond simple creative differences or clashing egos. It was something bigger, something serious enough to reach the highest circles of power in the industry. Rumors point to a failed project, one that was initially presented as a perfect collaboration between the two. Publicly, Blake and Justin spoke highly of one another, projecting an image of mutual respect and admiration. But privately, tensions were reportedly building. While the exact details remain unclear, insiders suggest the disagreement eventually turned ugly, with both sides making demands the other refused to meet, setting off a chain reaction that may have had lasting consequences.
Not done. So, to be honest, what really happened is we were like, we're going to show the movie, and the studio was like, no, you're going to show 20 minutes. So we're like, no, we're going to show the movie. And they're like, it's not done. And I was like, sure. They're like, if everything's not perfect and it's not done, and we're going to change things. I was like,
as negotiations collapsed, so did their professional relationship. Then came the email, an internal message purportedly sent by Blake to her team, never meant to be seen outside her inner circle. Somehow, it didn't stay private. According to reports, the email, said to contain unfiltered remarks about both Justin Baldoni and Anna Wintour, was accidentally leaked. Whether it was truly a mistake or a strategic move by someone within Blake's own circle remains unclear. What is certain, however, is that the contents were allegedly damning. Multiple sources claim Blake didn't merely express frustration. She reportedly took direct aim at Anna Wintour, criticizing what she saw as blatant favoritism toward Justin Baldoni. Insiders say Blake accused Wintour of protecting Justin during your dispute, implying that the legendary editor-in-chief was using her influence to control the narrative. The tone of the email, sources say, was uncharacteristically sharp, far removed from the polished, composed image Blake has carefully maintained in public. And as anyone in the fashion world knows, Anna Wintour does not take kindly to criticism.
You guys were the ones out there generating negative press against Justin. You bullies were the ones who were trying to ruin Justin so you could have your way on all the scenes and all the wardrobe and all the control, and you could feel like the producer and the director when you weren't.
Baldoni was hurt financially by what Blake Lively did with the rumors, and including with the New York Times, that he lost money and he lost.
Within days, the industry was buzzing. The alleged leak spread like wildfire, and while no official confirmation of the email's authenticity was ever given, the damage was already done. In fashion and Hollywood, perception often matters more than proof. According to insiders, Anna Wintour's inner circle viewed the leak as a betrayal, an unforgivable insult from someone who should have known better to bite the hand that had supported her for years. Wintour had long been a quiet but powerful ally in Blake's career. Blake Lively was not just another actress in the fashion world. She had graced the cover of Vogue, attended countless exclusive fashion events, and was widely considered one of Anna Wintour's favorite Met Gala attendees. She was seen as one of the few modern actresses who truly understood the power and importance of high fashion. But now, all of that was reportedly in jeopardy. Those close to Wintour claim that any decision to ban Blake, if such a decision was made, was not taken lightly. Anna Wintour is known to be calculated and deliberate. She does not act on impulse, and she rarely makes emotional decisions. However, Blake's alleged remarks were said to cross a deeper line. They were not just a personal criticism, they challenged the very structure of power Wintour holds within the fashion industry. In a world where relationships are everything, loyalty is currency. Wintour's allegiance to certain figures is known to be unwavering. If Blake truly called out that influence, it wouldn't be seen as simple frustration. It would be viewed as a direct challenge to authority. And in the world of fashion, there is one unspoken rule: no one challenges Anna Wintour and walks away unscathed. What remained unclear was whether this situation was merely personal or if there was a larger agenda at play. Some insiders speculated that Anna Wintour's alleged decision wasn't just about punishing Blake, but about sending a message. By reportedly sidelining one of the Met Gala's most beloved figures, Wintour would be reminding everyone exactly where the real power in the industry lies. Others theorized that Justin Baldoni, intentionally or not, had become a key player in a much bigger game. Was Wintour protecting him for strategic reasons? Had he leveraged his own connections to shift the balance in his favor? Or was this simply a case of Wintour drawing a hard line between those she supports and those who dare to question her authority? Whatever the truth, the fallout was immediate. Hollywood and fashion circles alike were buzzing, and the conversation became impossible to ignore. Was Blake Lively truly being cast out, or was this all exaggerated gossip fueled by speculation? If the ban was real, was it temporary or permanent? Could Blake repair the damage, or had she made an enemy she couldn't afford to cross? For someone like Blake, whose public image had always been carefully curated, the situation was unprecedented. She had built her career not just on talent, but on relationships, on being likable, approachable, and above all, uncontroversial. Unlike many of her peers, she had managed to navigate the industry without major scandals or public feuds. Until now. And the most unsettling part? Blake had yet to respond. With the Met Gala approaching, all eyes were on her. Would she finally break her silence? Would she attempt to smooth things over with Anna Wintour behind closed doors? Or would she do something far more unexpected, defy the alleged ban altogether? If Wintour had truly decided to shut her out, Blake stood at a crossroads. She could attempt to regain favor, quietly repairing the bridges she was accused of burning, or she could lean into the controversy, positioning herself as the rebel who dared to stand up to fashion's most powerful figure. The stakes had never been higher. The Met Gala is more than a red carpet event. It's a symbol of prestige, an unspoken validation of a celebrity's place in the world of high fashion. To be excluded isn't just a personal loss, it's a professional blow. And yet, in an industry where public opinion can shift with a single statement, there was still time for the narrative to change. The question was how Blake would play her next move, because if she miscalculated, this wouldn't be a one-year punishment. It could mark the beginning of a far bigger fall from grace. Blake Lively has spent years cultivating her image as one of Hollywood's most beloved figures, effortlessly blending charm, talent, and impeccable style. So when whispers spread that Anna Wintour had allegedly banned her from the Met Gala, the reaction was swift and intense. Could this really be happening? The Met Gala was Blake's playground, an event where she wasn't just an attendee, but a star. One of the few who consistently understood the theme, delivered unforgettable fashion moments, and stole the spotlight without even trying. And now, she was reportedly out. The news blindsided not just fans, but even those close to Blake herself. According to insiders, the story was far from over, and the next chapter could change everything. Sources say Blake never saw this coming. While she may have expected some fallout from her feud with Justin Baldoni, no one in her camp anticipated it would escalate to this level. A disagreement over a failed project was one thing. Being pulled into an industry power play involving Baldoni and Anna Wintour was something else entirely. Some within Blake's inner circle quietly admitted she may have underestimated how far-reaching Wintour's influence truly is. Allegedly leaked criticizing Wintour's decision to back Baldoni. The damage was already done. What Blake reportedly believed was a private moment of frustration may have cost her a seat at fashion's most exclusive table. As soon as the rumor hit the internet, social media exploded. Fans rushed to Blake's defense, but not everyone was sympathetic. Hashtags like #BlakeBanned began trending, with users dissecting her past interactions with Wintour and the Met Gala. Clips of Blake's most iconic red carpet moments flooded timelines, paired with captions asking, "Will we ever see another Met moment from Blake?" Others took a more critical stance, suggesting her alleged comments revealed a sense of arrogance, a belief that she was untouchable. Fashion insiders quickly weighed in, and opinions were sharply divided. Some argued Wintour was simply maintaining order, enforcing consequences for those who stepped out of line. Others whispered that this had little to do with Blake's comments at all. Instead, they claimed it was a warning shot, a demonstration of Wintour's continued dominance in an industry that has become increasingly fractured and competitive. Then came the reactions from A-list celebrities and designers, subtle but telling. Some of Wintour's closest allies, including major fashion designers, appeared to quietly support the alleged decision, emphasizing loyalty and respect within the industry. Meanwhile, a few high-profile figures seemed to throw shade, posting cryptic messages about the dangers of gatekeeping in fashion. It didn't take long for speculation to turn toward one burning question. What was Blake going to do next? If the ban was real, how would she respond? Some sources suggested Blake was planning a quiet strategy, letting the storm pass while working behind the scenes to repair her relationship with Wintour. After all, as powerful as she may be in Hollywood, taking on Vogue and the Met Gala head-on is a battle very few have ever won. Others, however, believed Blake might be considering a very different move, one that could change everything. Others believed Blake had no intention of backing down. Rumors began swirling that she was considering making a statement, whether through a carefully chosen interview or a bold move on the very night of the Met Gala itself. Would she address the situation directly, or would she respond in a way no one expected? Some speculated she might align herself with critics of Anna Wintour, while others suggested she could launch a high-profile fashion event of her own, creating an alternative space outside Wintour's control. Social media buzzed with theories. Some believed Blake might make a dramatic appearance elsewhere, attending an event hosted by a designer who had previously fallen out with Wintour. Others went even further, suggesting she could stage a rival gala, proving she didn't need Anna's approval to remain a fashion icon. But beyond the immediate drama, a larger question loomed. Was the alleged ban permanent? Historically, Anna Wintour has always had the final say on the Met Gala guest list. While some stars have been left off invitations in certain years, very few have been permanently blacklisted. If this truly was a power move, was it meant as a warning, or had Blake burned a bridge that could never be repaired? fashion insiders debated whether this was a one-year consequence or a long-term exile. Would Wintour eventually allow Blake back, so long as she followed the unspoken rules of the industry? Or had she made an enemy powerful enough to ensure she would never set foot inside the Met again? The conversation soon extended beyond fashion. To many, this became a reflection of power dynamics in Hollywood itself. If someone as famous and carefully managed as Blake could allegedly be sidelined over a private email, what did that say about the industry as a whole? For now, Blake remained silent, choosing not to comment publicly as the controversy continued to swirl. But one thing was certain: this story wasn't fading anytime soon. Whether she chose to repair the damage, fight back, or redefine her place in the fashion world altogether, her next move would be one of the most closely watched moments of her career. And as the Met Gala approached, the world waited to see whether Blake would make a surprise appearance, defying the rumors, or whether Anna Wintour's decision would stand, quietly marking the end of an era for one of the event's most dazzling stars. The question lingering in the air was no longer if Blake had fallen out of favor, but how far the consequences would reach, and whether this marked the quiet end of her reign as a Met Gala icon.